Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Kit Conspiracy layout using our P13 Sea La Vie and 49 and Market Summer Porch Smash Up a kit, and I have brought in this booklet of stickers from Simple Stories, and I'm thinking I want to use a couple tiny word stickers. I also brought in this alpha set that I love that was from the Heidi Swap Set Sale collection. And then I have two photos of my friends playing miniature golf. I also thought this border was pretty cool. It's from 49 and Market Summer Porch papers, but I don't remember which one it came from. And then I have the rub-ons that I would like to add. And from my laser cut pieces, as well as the fussy cut pieces from Summer Porch and C'est La Vie, I've already picked out my pieces. I brought in a few elements from the die cut pack from Summer Porch as well, just to add a few things, but I don't know if I'm going to need them. And then here is that striped paper that we have chosen to put in the collection kit, as well as this gorgeous green paper from the foundation paper. Of course, we're playing golf. I had to bring in the green. I also brought in this khaki color from the foundation paper. And then because I've already used up all of the P13 wood grain, I brought in this Carta Bella by the Sea wood grain, and I'm going to use it as my base paper. That's how I figured I could get away with it not being a scrap because I needed a base paper, and I did not want it to be white because I'm going to cut this piece of paper here in a circle, and it would not have shown up on a white. Now, I did not bring a circle cutter, and Cindy had this available, and I thought, wow, this is going to be perfect. I used it at its max speed. She told me to stand up, and I don't follow directions very well, so I had to go over it a couple times, but it turned out beautifully, and I just created a golf ball. Not that it ends up becoming a golf ball, but that was my first intent, was that, I really wanted to base my layout on a golf ball, and figure out the ways I wanted my striped paper to represent like maybe a club or something, or I'm not really sure, you guys. I just really wanted a giant round object on my paper, and I thought, it could represent a golf ball. I don't really know any other explanation for it. I'm going to use the exact same paper to match my photo, and then I'm going to cut my striped paper. And like I said, I kind of end up going to my scraps as opposed to finding reasons to use the striped paper. I know it's a little bit of a cheat, and I apologize. But that is on me. I think Janet did a much better job of using up her supplies, but when I am done with this layout, I think it ends up becoming my favorite layout out of the whole set of layouts that I made using these papers and the kit in its entirety, minus a few things that I added in. Another thing that I also ended up adding into this kit once I started going through the die cut pack was that there was a little card of someone golfing. And I thought, oh my gosh, this has to go on my golf layout, because when on earth am I ever going to use that little piece of card with a golfer on it? So I was ecstatic when I found it, and I could not pass it up. And I think that's one of the rules, is we're allowed to add things to our layout to help us tell our story. I think scraps and base papers and elements. So of course I'm at a retreat, and I thought I cut everything out. I do apologize, you guys. I could have sworn I cut everything out. But there were so many people asking about my craft mat. Now, like I said, this craft mat does not usually make a debut. I hoard it, and it stays on, to be honest, it stays on my Star Wars table. Yes, I am a bit of a dork, and I do enjoy sci-fi channels and things like that. Star Wars, Star Trek, they are my favorite. I really do love those types of movies, and a couple gals were asking me about the layout. One of the gals at the retreat came over and asked me about the lighting and how it flared, because I guess she does podcasts. And I apologize, I did not get her name for doing podcasts. She does crochet podcasts. And then she also was curious about a camera setup. and what the glare looks like on it. And so I was sharing with her that usually when I get a glare that I cannot control, I like to put my elements. Of course, the 49 and Market rub-ons are not doing a very good job of hiding the glare, but usually I keep my tray on top of it. And I was explaining to her that it's pretty hard. You have to keep looking up in the camera because your angle as you sit is not the same angle as what your camera sees. And so clearly in this example, my camera is looking straight down and I cannot see that my tray is not covering up that glare for you guys. And I obviously did not know that I had a glare on the left-hand side. So I do apologize, you guys. I also didn't pay attention to the, oh my goodness. It's called something, but I forgot the shadow of my camera, which was on the left, and I didn't think that it was in view of the camera while I was creating the layouts, but I can definitely see it when I show the close-ups of the layouts. I also have my camera zoomed out quite a bit because I was working on 2-page layouts before I started working on my singles. I wanted to get those out of the way because they seem to take up a lot more space than singles do. So yes, I did create all of my layouts out of order as to which way I'm uploading them. But that's how I always do Kit Conspiracy. Especially when I end up making extra layouts and then I, pick a day that was not scheduled to when those layouts are supposed to go. Does that make sense? Oh my good. Not that you guys even care. So I decided to pick out a couple rub-ons. It didn't matter to me what the saying said. I just liked the fact that they were on the green side. And then on my ball, which is now looking like a moon, now that I've added that blue blurb on it, I wanted to add a little something where I thought the title was going to go. Honestly, I was just guessing at that point. And then, of course, I finished off one of the other rub-ons because I put it in, I believe, 3 different places now. Added a word, which I have no clue what it said. I just like those little tiny words and whatnot. And then I'm going to add the... I think it says think outside. I'm going to add that as well. Again, I love these little laser cut clips. Oh, they were my favorite part of the laser cut piece. Not entirely. I did actually like the faux ribbon in this one too. Normally I struggle using the faux ribbon, especially this large. But I ended up immediately gravitating to the ribbon and putting it on my first few layouts. So here is the blue one. There was a green one and a blue one, or a red one and a blue one. Ooh, now I don't remember. But I gravitated to them right off the bat. Oh, here's this little card. I love it. It was perfect. I squealed like a little kid and showed Janet, and I was just all super excited. So I'm also going to add some, well, they're not really greenery, but I'm going to add some of these foliage from the P13. I thought that they were absolutely perfect. And so I'm just going to kind of make it look like it's on and around the bottom photo. So like I've double matted my photo, which I kind of triple matted it now that I've added this blue scraps from another layout that I don't think I've done yet. No, I think this is from my very first layout, if I'm being honest. I think they're the tops of them. No, that's too light. Anyways, I have no idea where they came from, you guys. But I know that they were scraps from a previous layout that you haven't seen yet. It gets complicated trying to explain where things come from when you haven't seen them yet. But I do like the fact that the foliage looks like it's coming and growing out from behind my green photo mat and whatnot. So I like that. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple butterflies just to give that outdoorsy feel. I just like adding these. They just were the perfect addition of color where I needed them and softness as well because of the wings aren't a harsh line. So I'm going to go ahead and add those. I've got a tucking piece. At first I didn't know where to put it. I'm trying to cover up something and I don't remember what it says on that golf photo, but I don't remember exactly what it said. That I'm trying to cover up with the butterfly wing, and then another one that I was trying to cover up using the using the stamp, and then I realized, oh, I don't like that at all, so I'm going to use part of the title to cover up what I didn't want, and then the butterfly wing to cover up the other part I didn't want. So, but I definitely wanted the majority of this card to be shown, so I upped my where my title was initially going to go. And I don't even think you guys can see the rub-ons anymore because I just started covering them up. Like I said, it was a guess at where it was supposed to go. But I went ahead and added the mini golf right next to the guy that looks like he's putting. Oh, I love it. I love how that card just played perfectly. And it's almost like the die set knew I needed that one little golfing reference. That's it. I didn't need anything else. I didn't need a huge, heavily golfed layout, in all honesty. So I've got a couple tiny word stickers. I wasn't really sure. As you can see, the seaside one, that was used on yesterday's layout, but it does end up getting used. And so that is my layout for today. I absolutely had a blast putting this together. And like I said, I think it's going to be one of my favorites out of all of this. I love the word playground because that's all this top deck was a huge grassy playground for big kids to play on. And it was so much fun. And it was very much fun playing with friends. I really did enjoy this. I personally did not play golf because that's not, I don't play golf very well, but I did take the pictures and enjoyed it very, very much. All right, you guys. So don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel, who is Galaxy Girl Creations, here on YouTube to see how she created or used her kit today. And also, too, don't forget to check out the Facebook group. The link is down below in case you guys are not a member, to see everyone else playing along with their kits who are not here on YouTube. All right. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. And I will check y'all later. Bye.